witness that Muhammad is indeed his messenger. I greet my brothers, sisters, family members, listeners, viewers, watchers, in the greeting words of peace. We say Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Friday Show TV, we're here again by Allah's grace and mercy to continue our work, which is all about stopping the killing. I'm here with Sister Janet Aisha, beautiful wife, consort, consoler, counselor, partner, interlocutor. How many more titles can I give you? Am I building up your stature in cubits? Is that what I'm guilty of here?
No, sir. Let's hope not.
Minister Farrakhan said the greatest title for a man is brother, so I guess the greatest title for a female is sister.
Yeah.
Welcome, sister.
Yes. Thank you. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. And yes, the best title is sister. And we earn that as well, brothers and sisters, by the way that we act and the way that we treat one another as well.
It's a huge title, if the truth be told.
Yeah.
Brother and sister. You know, we're not treating one another like brother and sister. And if we were, a lot of the problems that we're having, we wouldn't be having. If we were truly treating one another as family members.
Yeah.
And that's what Islam is all about. It comes to bring family that has been disunited back together. You know, all praise is due to Allah. And, you know, just this week, I've had some emails and comments from brothers and sisters in the family of Islam who don't necessarily see it like that, which is very interesting. You know, we have brothers and sisters who, you know, see Islam as theirs by birthright, and anybody else coming on an approach to Islam, because basically that's what it is. You know, the Nation of Islam is an approach toward Islam. You know, Sunniism, Sufism is a approach towards balance, family, community, and nation. Yeah. So we come on every lean camel from different directions,
That's right.
from different areas with our different ailments, but the aim is to be one, to be family.
Ultimately, yeah.
So what do I look like coming from my direction with my ailments for community, family, and looking at somebody else with a different prescription or a different direction to get toward Islam and telling them they're not Muslim?
But that's in all religions, isn't it, though? Because we have Jehovah's Witnesses, Christians, Catholics, whoever. We all tell one another, we're all guilty of saying that you're not a Muslim, or you're not a Christian, or you're not this, or you're not that, because you don't follow the way that we follow. But that doesn't necessarily make it so, because we're taught within Islam, Allah makes Muslims brothers and sisters, and we're not qualified to judge one another, and to judge and say who is a Muslim, who isn't a Muslim, who is a Christian, or who's a believer and who isn't a believer.
For real. Allah knows it.
Yeah, and one of the things that one of the first things that we got taught when we came to Islam is that we call one another brother and sister as a reminder, so that I can remember to treat brother as my brother and sister as my sister. Because we don't remember otherwise. In this society, we're taught to treat one another as enemies.
Yes.
If you don't come from my area, then you're my enemy. If you don't live where I live, if you didn't go to my school, then you're my enemy.
You're not one of us.
If you don't know the people who I know, then we're enemies.
And if you want to be one of us, you have to be like us.
Exactly.
And do how we do.
Regardless to the skin tone, regardless to our colour, regardless to who we are. So when we came into Islam, we have to call everyone brother. Brother Christopher, brother Mark, brother Paul, brother minister, and sister also.
Sister minister.
Yeah, and it's an excellent reminder for us on how to treat ourselves and one another as well.
And this rolls right nicely in with the series, the Stop the Killing series. I mean, we started this some weeks back, you know, looking at ways of stopping the killing in our environment. It's quite clear to us that the behaviour that is being exhibited by our family members, not just the youth, not just the children, but by the seniors as well, is all helping, it's all facilitating this mindset, which is absolutely, well, in truth, savage. That's the only word I can really use. It's a savage mindset that leads to savage behaviour. And Islam has come, by Allah's grace and mercy, that we may stop the killing.
And civilise.
And civilise the savage, you know. And this is the aim of this series that we've started this week. Okay, we're on the third part. War games.
Already.
Third part of the trilogy. War games. We've been looking at war games. We've been looking at the games console. We started The first week we're looking at the games console that we sometimes allow our children to console themselves because we haven't got the time to be with them, to give them a real soul. So we give them a con soul, which is a con of the soul because it's a plastic piece of material, a plastic, device.
A pacifier.
A pacifier, in truth. That's a good word. It's a pacifier to pacify them in exchange for us not being there.
Yeah.
And our children, a lot of the time, tend to spend a lot of time with the pacifier. It may not even be a games console. It may be a computer. It may be a movie, And a lot of the time, the movies and the games and the things that they are experiencing on the internet are violence, deeply, deeply destructive to the mind. Images, music. The music is a big one.
Yes, it is.
Big destroyer of the mind and soul today. Shaitan allows us to produce and publish music and be exposed to music that is absolutely damaging to us as a people.
And very catchy a lot of the time as well. The rhythms, the beats, the words are so catchy.
Extremely.
And we end up singing them and dancing to them. We don't even know what we're dancing to because we don't always listen to the lyrics.
So the music pulls us in.
Yeah.
Shaitan, the lord of the dance, pulls us in. And by the time we realise what we're singing, it may be even too late, brothers and sisters. It's already down into the psyche. For real, So we looked at that in the first week, the console, as part of stopping the killing. This is something we have to analyse. We can't leave no stone unturned, in truth, if we are serious about stopping the killing. So we had a look at it. And the second week, we looked at parental guidance.
Yeah.
That's another biggie. Because generally, parental guidance, PG, the movie rating, as we were saying, we see it as something where we can allow our children to either experience violence on the movie, on the console, on the computer. That's how it is styled in the society. This is rated PG. So therefore, it's up to you, sister. It's up to you, brother. It's got some violence on it, but it's PG. So it's up to you. If you say it's okay, then it's okay. If you know your children, then it's okay. But really, what we were saying is parental guidance is the guidance that we give our children based upon the guidance that we are following. Because our children grow up being little versions of us. So if we come home and don't answer to no one and no one can't tell us anything, we are parentally guiding our children down that road. So we should not be too surprised when our children say, well, no one ain't telling me nothing, and start acting in the same way that we act. On the other hand, if we are striving to follow the guidance from the ultimate parent, which we say is Allah, then we are guiding our children by our example in that also.
So you're saying that children do as they see us do, not necessarily do as we say.
Yeah. Well, do as I say and not as I do is shaitan.
Yeah.
That's not a good guiding principle. Do as I say and not as I do.
My mum used to say that. Mum.
We rationalise our own disobedience by doing that. We rationalise, well, I can do this, but you can't. And then that sets up in the child's mind, but how comes you can do what you're saying that I shouldn't do?
Yeah. I remember. Listen, that's not me, just to say it's not me. I remember, brothers and sisters, because I used to smoke cigarettes. And in smoking, my mum always used to say to me, don't smoke, Janet. And I'd always say, but hold on, your husband's smoking. Her husband smoked. So how is it not, it's all right for him, but it's not all right for me? But she was being concerned about my health, but she wasn't necessarily showing as much concern about his. But again, that's a double standard because smoking should be bad, full stop. Yeah,
it's a serious double standard because if she's concerned about your health and he's smoking in the house, then she's not concerned about your health because you're passively smoking as well.
Right, I see. I didn't think of that one. My mum coming back for you. But no, I